Hello and welcome back to Initial Impression. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different on the channel. We're going to be checking out best-selling music artists for 69 up to... Hi and welcome back to Initial Impression. Today we're going to be checking out the best-selling music artists from 1969 up to 2019. Something a little bit different on the channel, and I like to sort of explore different types of sort of music videos. So let's get straight into this and it should be a good one. So at the end of the decade, it looks like, yeah, the Beatles, as expected, just dominating the charts right at the end of their sort of careers, in terms of the Beatles anyway. Elvis Presley, again, huge in the 50s, as well as 60s, but it sort of still shows very relevant right until the early 70s. Yep, Led Zeppelin, of course. All sort of legends in the game, really, we've got here. Sort of Pink Floyd, Doors, Bee Gees. It's interesting to see who was like the biggest at the time. All these are sort of big names, Carpenters, of course, and Elton John. I don't know if this is just a US thing or is it a worldwide thing. ABBA, of course, as we know from Eurovision. They just dominated really after that in the 70s. Queen, yeah. Sort of mid-70s. Really amazing as well. Bohemian Rhapsody. Just one song of one of many. So Beatles, you know, although no longer releasing music, still huge. The Eagles, back end of the 70s, just seem to be the biggest artists. So Michael Jackson, it's like when he comes in right at the end of the decade and yep, he's just completely, yeah, smashed it now, hasn't he? AC/DC. Prince. Yeah, Elton John, I thought he was going to be more dominant so far, but he's certainly looked very sort of popular during this time. Beatles are still there though. Elvis as well, still there as well. Billy Joel. Madonna just comes out of nowhere. Phil Collins. Bruce. Yeah, Dire Straits, yeah, forget about them sometimes. So MJ and Madonna. 1-2 spot. Bon Jovi. Elvis is still there. You know, we're at 88 now. So for 30 years would have been top 10. George Michael, U2. Yeah, two other great artists, really. Metallica, of course. In the 90s, they were huge as well. Beatles still top 10. But yeah, it's all about Michael Jackson, really, over the 80s. Him, Madonna, set the scene, really. It's interesting. So early 90s, in particular, so 1991, 92. Madonna must have had a great album, must have really took the world by storm. Yep, Nirvana, of course. Garth Brooks, don't really know too much about him. Know he's huge in America, of course. Mariah Carey. Celine Dion as well coming in. It's interesting how some names, they sort of reappear. They may not be at their complete upper peak, but everything they release, it's still pretty decent. They've got that fan base as well, of course. Shania Twain, yeah, of course. Yep, Backstreet Boys, so changed the dynamic of boy bands. Biggest selling boy band of all time. But yeah, Celine Dion, smashing it. I'm not sure when Titanic came out, I don't know if that's a factor. Eminem. So Elton at the 1. So at the turn of the millennium, who have we got at 1? So sort of Backstreet Boys. Christina Aguilera, of course. Jay-Z as well, 2001. I think Blueprint came out. Britney. Quite a diverse sort of list of sort of artists, to be fair, which is nice to see. Something a bit for everyone. You've got Linkin Park, you've got Madonna, you've got Mariah Carey, you've got Jay-Z, Garth Brooks. Don't think we'd have that diverse range in today's charts. Usher at the bottom there. Maroon 5. Yeah, Rihanna. Yes, Rihanna sort of burst onto the scene about now. I think 2007 would have been a top year as well with Umbrella. Coldplay, yeah. Got Kanye West. I don't know too much about Garth Brooks, as I alluded to earlier, but it's obviously huge. Yep, Flow Rider. Yeah, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry. Sort of the staples of pop music during this time. Taylor Swift as well. It's interesting because sort of over 10 years on, some of these names I'm seeing on the left hand side, you know, they could quite easily be in the top 10 again, such as, you know, Rihanna's, you Drake's, Bruno Mars, Bieber, Eminem even, Adele, Ed Sheeran as well. So some of these have sort of stood the test of time. So yeah, Drake at the 1. Not loads of movement with who we have here. Nicki Minaj. Chris Brown still there. Yeah, Wiz Khalifa had some good songs. Kendrick Lamar, yeah, forgot about him. BTS, which are probably the biggest selling artist right now. Still Drake for it's had a real run of years here. Just about to be overtaken. Yeah, Luis Fonsi. Yeah, that's really interesting. It was really interesting to see the sort of the type of artists that were, the biggest for those particular quarters as well as years. I was quite impressed to see certain names. So we saw your Whitney Houston's, Michael Jackson's, Madonna's, the Beatles, Elton John, Elvis Presley. Um, some of these names, and even some of the sort of the more newer artists, such as Drake and Bieber and Rihanna, how for such a long period of time they sort of did dominate the charts and selling huge numbers of sort of albums really. I think it'd been really interesting to see if we could have a look at the 50s or the 60s, the full whack of the 60s, just to see how big Elvis and the Beatles were, because they would have been dominant for even more years, which would have been really cool to see. I hope you really like this video. It's something a little bit different, and it's something where I'd like to sort of do more of different types of sort of music reaction. If you like what you saw, feel free to subscribe. Please like this video and add a comment as well. Until then, we'll see you again on An Initial Impression, and have a great day. Thank you very much, and bye for now.